Hey everybody, got another video for you in lieu of a parents meeting. I know it's pretty late in the game. My life was a little crazy in August. I didn't get one on the calendar, but I do want you to be informed of a fall plan for our youth ministry. I've alluded to it a little bit over time, but I just want to give you a few details here within the next few minutes. And I hope that will answer questions and it will be informative enough that way you don't feel totally out of the loop with what we got coming up. Our church has established that discipleship pathway, which you've heard before, worship, grow, and serve. And so I need to do that in my youth ministry. So on Wednesday nights at 6:30 is going to be our worship portion. We're going to gather together, and that's going to be the focus of that night is worship. On Sunday, it's going to be on growing, both in the morning and in the evening time. And then the serve portion is kind of on your students' own time, and I'll talk about that. But Wednesday nights, the main function at that time is to worship. However, we all know that worship is more than just singing. But during that time, there will also be a message to the group. This fall, we're going to go through the Bible overview. So we're looking from Genesis to Revelation at the big picture, where Jesus fits in, and how that overarching story still affects us here in the 21st century. Other aspects of the night could include prayer, a short time of fun, maybe some small group discussions for a brief time just to kind of digest the message. But one of our goals that night is for students to feel inspired to live holier lives. And also Wednesday nights are going to be probably the best place for new students to come or friends of students in our youth ministry to come and check us out. Sunday nights is going to be, our main function is grow. We see this best done in small groups where students learn together in a small group with a leader. There will be a time of Bible discussion, and the content for this semester is going to be the traits of a disciple, which is also what the whole church is doing. And there's a benefit to that. That way, if you're in a grow group yourself as a parent and your students in a grow group, you guys are actually covering the same thing and can have those conversations during the week. The students will also have a daily devotional to keep up with during their grow group. It's called the 1 minute Bible for students, and it's just a one-page devotion, and it's got extras for those who need more than just a short devotion. And then when they gather in their grow groups on Sunday morning or evening, they can also cover what they've done in their devotional time. And for our grow groups, we want to see students developing biblical relationships of accountability as well as spiritual habits. And one of those spiritual habits would be a daily devotional, and we're going to offer that for the Sunday grow group time. So some other random details there. On Sundays, the goal was to offer it in Sunday morning before church, as well as our Sunday evening regular youth group time. But it seems at this point we may not have enough coming in the Sunday morning time to form a grow group. And if you come to both the morning and the evening, the goal is not for you to do grow group 2 times, but rather to do your third portion of the discipleship pathway, which is to serve. And so I have someone who will be keeping track of students and where those students are serving. Not to be legalistic about it, but if that's an important piece of being a disciple, we want to encourage students to serve because they are the church now. They're not the church just of the future. They are still the church now. And so if you come to both the morning and the evening and say you do your grow group in the evening, well, if you come before church, there's quote unquote nothing for you to do, but we want you to serve, whether that's in the Sunday school, children's ministry, whether that's cleaning up the youth room, whether that's a project that one of our other staff has on hand. We just want you to serve. So don't think that this is simply meaning you have time off. But if you have normally come to both the morning and the evening, we still want you to do that. And we just want you to serve where you're not in a grow group. And due to not having a grow group in the Sunday morning, I'd like any feedback that you have about what to do there, for any new students that come in. We don't want to just have nothing, but at the same time, I don't want to plan and recruit for a time that really doesn't look like it's going to exist. Another detail is that as the semester goes on, if we feel like we need a junior high specific time, we would probably do that on Wednesdays from 6 to 6:30 and then have an overlap with the older kids. But that'll just we'll see how that goes as time goes on. And then the mentoring week, every fourth Sunday, we were going to have what's called a mentor week. Research A lot of research is showing that students continuing their faith beyond high school, it is really important to have a relationship with an adult in the church other than a pastor or youth pastor. Now, obviously, we're going to have small group leaders, but we also want to increase the opportunity there with mentors. And so on those 4 Sundays, we're not going to meet together on Sunday night for grow groups. We're going to just call that an off week. And your students are to get with their mentor whenever and however is convenient and do whatever they want to do. For some people, that's weird. For other people, they're going to be like, great, we can just go get dinner. Or, hey, we can have you out to my house and we can actually do a little work beside one another. And that would actually be your serve portion as well as your mentoring week. And so the key there is that when we match mentors with students, it's on their time, it's on their schedule. It's not really boxed in by that Sunday from 6 to 7:30 time frame there. And then lastly, service projects. We don't do a healthy amount altogether. We do from time to time in the summer, but I want to see that increased, and I want to try to do more, not to add something more to your schedule, but serving as disciples is important, and so we want to see some increase there. And so be looking for those mentoring weeks, even though we are quote unquote off, any special events or any service projects are likely to be during those weeks. So if you're not regularly having that Sunday evening time scheduled, we'll substitute that with those other special events or a service project. Those are the highlights that I can think of for this upcoming fall. And you may have questions, and that's okay. Just email me, call me, talk to me sometime about any specific questions you may have. I just wanted to give you guys this basic layout and try to keep you informed and in the loop. And that way we don't have to eat up a whole chunk of time that tries to work for everybody's schedule to meet face-to-face in person. Again, I'd love to do that if you need that, but I hope this was informative enough for our fall youth ministry plan, and we hope to see you guys involved as the time goes on. Thanks, guys.